Okay.
Oh, I just
There we
realized I
go.
can't see the. Um, I just realized I can't see who wants to join in. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. Admit.
Oh, my bookmarks bar is here. See all my bookmarks.
I'm going to
It's
move
super
this
organized situation.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Sound on the live stream. There we go.
Yeah.
Hi. Hold on. Let me get a second. I gotta get my video up. Hola.
Hey.
Oof. So it's been a long day. I was looking at
Same.
the stream time. It's
Don't
been
look at the screen time.
a little over 8 hours
Don't
for
look at the
this
screen time.
live stream. It's
Eight
great.
8 hours and 20 minutes in two, one. Mark.
So this is exciting.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I know Emily has played this game before. She mentioned it
Yes.
earlier. I have
I
never
yeah, that is
heard of
totally
this.
okay. Part of the gameplay includes learning the rules, and the rules are very simple.
Okay.
It's basically a similar experience to making the backstory of a character.
Okay.
But we all do it together and figure out what the whole world looks like. So I have paper and pencil just because I like to take notes. That's not necessary at all. It's just I like something to doodle.
Well,
I don't know. I
Layne.
don't know
Is
if
it
I'll.
green and sparkly though?
No, it's just a number 2 pencil. I'm boring.
Well,
That's okay.
Layne's playing this, right?
Maybe.
What? Oh my god, that's so exciting! I just want to hear Layne's voice all the time.
Okay.
It makes me miss my English friends so much. They have a different accent than Layne does, which is fun and that's what I love so much about England is that like you could go to multiple different parts of the tiny ass little island country that they are, and they speak completely different from
Question,
north to
will there
south.
be regicide? The answer is almost definitely.
Oh God,
Yeah.
Layne,
Yep, Layne's coming in.
just talk to me, Layne.
What
Hello.
up, fuckers?
Yeah.
Hey.
I was just commenting on your country and how it's awesome that you all speak the same language, but it sounds different depending on where you are in the country.
Yeah, I mean, even my regional accent is incredibly different to how I talk normally. Because if I actually like used the regional accent of where I am right now, I would sound like an inbred farmer.
So you're trying to sound more posh? Is that?
I just try to sound more like accent neutral. Because
Yeah,
if I
same.
started to use my like regional accent, I would sound a bit like this, and I fucking hate it. So I don't do it. I don't do it very much because like I don't like sounding like this. So this is my normal voice. I had to actively try to make it like this.
That's okay.
I don't know if you were watching me and Emily earlier when we first started Dilly and Dally, but they were making fun of me because in the chat and Emily to my face because I'm from New York and there's a thing about America
Long
like
Island
similar,
accent.
yes,
Yeah.
similar,
Yeah.
similar to England. We have regional accents too, but it's much. I feel like there's not as many.
The history is
probably
all different too. History is a mess.
Yeah, so like,
but yeah,
I say
Long
certain
Island
words.
accent is what I try to not have.
Exactly. But
yeah,
and I do that too. I have like what I call my radio voice or my TV voice, but there are certain words that I cannot help but say it in my regional accent, and they were making fun of me. They were making fun of me so hard.
What's the one that gets you?
Mario.
Oh, okay.
They were making fun of me so hard for Mario, and they won't let it die.
It's Mario.
I'm getting better with coffee, but it's still a coffee for me sometimes.
I try to say the word coffee, but it sounds weird because I say it slower.
If I overdo it, I'll go caffee, and it's like no. No.
Yeah, where I really just want to be like coffee.
Where I overdo it versus coffee, which is like low. Aw.
Also, orange. She made fun of me for saying orange.
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 Oh. Would you look at that?
Orange is one syllable.
Would you look at that? We got a slight change of cast.
Do we?
Oh,
It's me.
wait,
Are you gonna
Emily's
be
not
world
playing?
building? Are you gonna join us and love the queen? I love the queen.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Go jump
love
in
the
roll
queen.
20.
Yeah, I've got to remember my password.
I had to do the same thing.
You don't know your roll 20 password?
I
Oh,
haven't
it's been
played
so long.
on Roll20 since the last time I played with you, Lizzie, and that was like a year ago.
I miss that.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It's unfortunate that I couldn't end up
Mhm.
playing City and Snow as well as Legends of Lanamora, but like to be fair,
That's a lot.
that's a lot. And
a hell of a
also,
lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
and also it would not have been we would not have been able to get the cast that you guys have now, because I would have been like
Sure.
that extra man taking a space from someone else like Layne or Miranda. So
We got
I'm
So
glad that it
two
worked out
people.
the
this
way.
cast too.
Yeah, I'm glad it worked
Yeah.
out the way it did.
All right.
So-
Like, oh, we only need one more. Let's get both. Let's get both.
I bowed out because I knew it would be too much for me, and also
No.
I just knew that we could do better than me.
No, don't put yourself down. That's not fair. That's
Let's
not
be
fair.
real. Out of all of us, I probably put the least amount of effort into my D&D game. Like, to be
No,
fair,
that's because
like,
we're all comparing ourselves to Anna, who has more experience than all of us. So,
but I mean, like,
Freaking
it's like I said in the chat when you guys were talking about backstory and all that. Like, Justin, when we were creating these characters for for Legends, we all were doing it at the same time, and we had the same amount of time, like months even, to create these characters, and I just didn't do anything, whereas Justin came up with a fucking family tree that goes back multiple generations, and here I am with like my one sheet of paper where it's like, this is what I look like, these are my things, I don't know.
So I actually, when I play D&D, I'm not super duper into making a whole backstory. What I end up doing is I figure out what the character wants today and play it in the present and then backtrack.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's a really nice way for me to meet the character because almost like a movie, I'm just meeting them based on their decisions today. And that can be sometimes more important for me during play to know how they react to things. Okay. Are we ready to go?
Hell
I
yeah.
am ready.
Yeah? Okay.
Let's do it.
Cool.
I read your little thing about the
Yeah.
game in general.
Yeah, you'll
as
see.
Well. So
First off,
I have
I
no
am
idea
going
what
to
you're talking
ask Layne and Nicole to have colors so that they can ping and they don't look exactly the same, if that's okay.
Yeah.
If you
I'll
don't
change mine
mind.
now.
Okay, because we are probably going to need that ping, that hold down and ping.
sorry.
I mean, just
change my
like
color
just
to
like
purple.
bringing it a little bit back into Origins again.
Yes.
A lot of people wouldn't believe I've only been playing tabletops for about 2 years.
I don't believe it's fine. I'm not gonna think about it. It's fine. Oh nay.
You're
I
gonna
was a
have
forever
to-
DM after 6 months.
You're gonna have to like help me figure out how to do World 20.
Roll 20?
again. Oh, there we go.
That's
I can do
okay.
that.
Yeah, just hold down left mouse. Make sure we
That's
all
okay.
have different colors so that we can tell. Because as you see, there is a space that is an X card that we are going to end up using. So that's good to test. So a little bit of background about For the Queen. For the Queen is a... There we go. For the Queen is a micro RPG meant to be played in one sitting and experience between 2 to 6 people. It is a game developed by, trying to make sure that I get this right because I do not want to get this wrong, Alex Roberts. There we go. And it is sold both in person as a box of cards and on Roll20. So the Roll20 version.
Which one do we have here?
You know, if I had thought ahead and grabbed the box from my shelf, but
Well,
I
like,
did
wouldn't it have been
not.
hilarious if we all like bought it ahead of time to have
Oh,
the
I was
cards?
thinking just
was-
ship the cards from the
Yeah.
singular draw pile.
I literally
Doing the
don't
snail
own
mail
a
version.
single D&D book, so I've never bought one.
We only own the player's guide, and that was because both of us were trying to play or build our characters using the printed out PDF version.
Oh no. That's
and
very
so
difficult.
we were like, screw it, we're just gonna buy one. And now I regret buying it because we found out that the owner of the game store near us is an actual Nazi.
No.
Oh
Yep.
shit.
And we never went back after we found out, but
Yeah.
we did buy something from that person, and I'm still mad about it.
I have the main one. I have the Monster Manual, Volo's Guide, which is like my second Monster Manual. Volo's Guide because it also has fur bulks, which I am obsessed with.
We just got Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, the newest one, because it specifically had artificer stuff in it. And I was
yeah, that's helpful. Yeah.
So my mom bought it for Justin for Christmas, which I thought was really cute.
I think I also have. No, that might be it. I may have Xanadars because I like the subclasses, but
Nathan has like all of them.
I have a good deal of them. I don't have Tasha's yet. It's funny that you all got Tasha's for specifically the Artificer stuff, and now I'm making a custom subclass for Artificer for Justin.
Yeah. But I mean, it was just...
He says without sourness.
It was mostly just because Justin is a very hard person to buy gifts for because he literally doesn't want anything. So my mom was like... Yeah, my mom was like, please tell me what to get your husband for Christmas. And I'm like, she got me like 40 things and Justin only got like 3 because Justin doesn't want anything. And I just told her, I was like, you know what? This book is just coming out. It's available to order now. Like, this is what it's called.
Just get it.
Yeah, just get it. And that's, you know, whatever.
And
here I get all these packages like in the mail from her of like a billion different random little things because I'm very easy to buy gifts for. As long as it has Star Wars on it, I'm good. and then, you know, but that was why we got the book, to be honest, because my mom literally just needed a Christmas present for Justin. It was cheap and easy to get to us.
Okay. So
I mean, yeah, if it works.
So for the queen.
Yes.
Okay. So we got the clicking down. That's good. The one thing we don't want to do in this game is draw the cards from the deck. So you scroll over the deck and there's the title of the deck. The red one is prompt cards. There's deal, choose, recall, shuffle, hide. Don't want to deal. What you want to do is click, drag, and put it down. You do not want to put it in your hand. Do not test that out now. Thank you. What we are going to do is look at the instructions. And we're going to click choose.
Like I'm actually doing that, or you
R.I.P. No, me.
Okay. My brain broke.
We're going to do it, and by which that I mean me.
Yeah. Well, someone, maybe me, previously shuffled the instruction cards, which you're not supposed to do. I'm just going to put them out on the deck one by one because they're numbered. So I'm going to start and we'll go down the line. So first me, then Nathan, then Nicole, then Layne.
Wait, what are we doing?
Yep.
I'm going to drag and drop.
Oh.
See, already did.
Okay.
That's so small.
Could it not be?
I'm so blind.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Go around the table clockwise. Starting out well. Taking turns reading these cards aloud.
Oh, God.
So.
I'm back at high school.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're doing this. This is the game.
Making me
So this is me then?
Yes. So grab number 2.
Oh.
Deal and drop. Or just whatever, just bring it up on the screen. I'll have it up too.
Doop. Come on.
I'm so confused.
Oh. I don't know if it's given me sizing permissions. There we go. The land you live in has been at war for as long as any of you have been alive. The end.
That was a good game, everyone. Well done.
For the queen. Everyone give a round of applause
Number
for
3.
the queen.
Who's number 3?
I'll just drag and drop them on. I think that'll be easier.
Yes, please.
That's you, Nicole.
Oh,
That's
me? Oh, God. Okay. The queen has decided to undertake a long and perilous journey to broker an alliance with a distant power. For the queen. Is that like... You just have to say for the queen.
No,
after
you
everything?
don't.
Just kidding. I'm joking.
We can. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to be number 4. It's my favorite number. Just kidding. That's Layne now.
Oh, it's already on the board.
It's me.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna do an old timey radio voice. Give me a second.
Go for it.
Ah!
The Queen has chosen all of you and no one else to be her retinue and accompany her on this journey.
Oh my God, I love it. That reminds me of Avatar Korra, like the
Yes.
announcer
Intros.
intro. Yeah.
She chose you because she knows that you love her.
Ooh.
Do I?
I love the queen.
Why am I being
love
put
the
into that
queen.
pit? Why am I being put into that hole? I didn't.
Because
choose
we're
that.
doing it for the queen.
You are welcome
Doing
to
it
look
for
through
love.
the queen. For love. You are welcome to look through the queen cards for inspiration. If there is one that seems right for the group, place it on the table to inspire your story.
Pretty.
I'm going to drag and drop a bunch of queen cards. Shout when you like one.
Oh, I love that one.
I'm going to keep going.
I like her.
Yeah, I like her too.
I'm okay with her.
No one
Not
wanted
so
Granny
much.
Queen?
No, I like
particularly.
the first
So
one.
we're still looking at her
Oh.
over here.
I love that one.
This one.
Yes. Giving me
Devil
real
Queen.
Maleficent vibes.
Who's Creepy Queen? She ain't got
Whoa.
no face. I like that Granny
We're
Queen
going to
better.
still go because like
I feel like
the art is all so good.
that's like Queen Elizabeth.
Yep.
Like,
I see enough. Oh yes, her.
is that Frida Kahlo?
I like her.
It's got like
Looks like
some
Frida
Frida Kahlo
Kahlo.
meets Azula vibes.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, this art is dope.
It's so nice.
Can we go with Frida Kahlo?
Why don't we
I
just
really
go
like
for all the queens?
Yeah.
For the queens. That's the supplemental. That's the expansion pack.
The sequel.
We're making it.
Well, no,
we-
sorry. The sequel would be 5 of the
Are you
queens.
picking her?
Yeah,
5 the
I think so.
Queens.
Okay.
Nathan,
My queen.
the sequel would be 5 the Queens. Oh, I love Frida Kahlo meets Azula.
Okay. We'll put her over here after we're
Put her
done with the
in a place of
instructions.
She looks fantastic. I'm loving the neckwear
Yeah.
and the flower
It's
crown.
really interesting because they just did a patch on the game, so I'm wondering if that drag and drop resize situation is part of that. Either way, next is Nicole.
Set the card that reads, "The queen is under attack. Do you defend her?" aside.
I have done this. Next.
Better defender?
I don't
Shuffle the
know.
red prompt cards and place them face down in the center of the table.
I've also done this digitally.
Well, you're spoiling us.
Yeah.
We don't have
The
anything to
less
do here.
work that you give me, the better.
Put the Queen is under attack card in the middle of the deck for a game that lasts approximately 30 minutes, incorrect, or shuffle it to the bottom third for the deck to play an hour or more. I put it in the bottom third of the deck. I do not know where.
Okay.
I have never played a game that lasted 30 minutes because it's really fun to ask follow-up questions. You'll see.
I'm excited already. When you have read the instruction cards, continue clockwise with the red prompt cards. Take turns reading the questions out loud. Interpret these questions and answer them however you wish.
Ooh.
Oh man, I see a big card coming my way. Other players may ask you questions or make suggestions on your turn, but whether you answer those questions or include those suggestions is entirely up to you. I don't give a shit what your opinions are. Fuck all y'all. For some reason, I thought that said wretch instead of reach, and I was like, that doesn't make sense.
Place the X card somewhere. Everyone can easily reach it.
X card.
What does that do?
When you like to know. Sorry.
We're reading the instructions now, Nicole.
If you encounter a card or an answer that you don't want to be included in the game, tap that X card. Tap the X card. That card is removed from the game. A side rule that I like to add, if you like the prompt but think it's not maybe the best for your character, put it on the side and we'll bank it for someone else. Or pass it to someone else. I don't know. 14.
If you draw a card that is removed this way, simply draw another card. You can X a card that you drew yourself.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
You can also pass on your turn. To do so, give the prompt card you drew to the next player and say, I'd like to hear your answer to this question.
A prompt card can be passed around the table until someone applies the X card to it.
Continue answering, passing, and Xing the questions until the Queen is under attack card is drawn.
Each player should answer that question in turn. Then the game is over.
Whoever wants to. Nope, that's not me.
I was like, go for it, girl. Whoever wants to can draw the first prompt card.
I'm recalling these cards immediately. That was silly. I do not want to shuffle them. Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Okay. So see how the card just peeks over the top? Try dragging and dropping. Whoever wants to go first. And then we'll go in order again, which we'll call clockwise, I guess.
Up, down, wise.
I volunteer to start since I've played this game before, and that's a nice thing to do while I'm hosting.
You volunteer as tribute?
Ooh, the Queen lights a fire in you. What is
God.
it? We're starting off spicy.
That could have some really interesting connotations.
Yeah, this Queen lights a fire in me. Oh gosh, I love my Queen.
In your loins, in your brain, in your heart, like where's that fire at?
In your fist?
Gosh, the Queen lights a fire in you. I'm going to say that without defining my profession yet, the Queen has always been a presence who is just her presence has urged me to improve myself and improve myself for the betterment of my craft. Um, and that's the fire she lights in me is to work. And it's thrilling. It is thrilling because this isn't something I've felt with other people before. So that's how the queen lights a fire in me. Ooh.
So we're working on getting our personas.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to name or anything. You just kind of let the questions and your answers mold a person or some other thing. It helps to be sentient.
Mm,
I can't
Yeah.
be a dog. Got it.
not a chair.
I have played with someone who played a dog,
Oh, that's
and
fun.
it was extremely sad.
Mhm.
It was very sad.
See, I
'Cause
went
it
to animal
was,
and Nathan went
yeah.
to inanimate object. That was
I
I
have
went to
played.
sea slug for some fucking reason.
I've played a castle before. in
tells you
this game,
everything you need to know
so,
about our personalities.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Uh,
now
so who's
So
next?
drag and drop
Me or no,
from the
Nathan?
red.
the queen knows something about me that no one else does. What is it?
Oh.
Tell me your secrets.
Absolutely scandalous.
Um. Let's see. The queen. She knows. She knows how to push my buttons.
And no one else does.
And no one else does. No one else can really rile me up like the queen can. Like, I don't know if this is a good way or a bad way, but the queen, man, she just plays me like a fiddle.
And
Oi.
no one else can do that.
No one else can do that.
Hmm.
Either no one else can do that, or I won't let anyone else do it. Who knows?
Oh.
Ooh.
Who's to say?
Okay, so my turn.
Amazing. Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, go for it.
So I just drag and
See you on the top when it comes out a little, just drag that onto the playing field.
Nope. What are you doing? There it is.
The queen, hopefully.
We know
Oh.
you have a goal. No. Yeah.
You sometimes think, or I sometimes think I might be the queen's favorite. Why? And why does this worry you? Oh God. I think that I'm the queen's favorite because she focuses her attention on me more than others in the room when it's a bunch of us. And that worries me because I don't know what her intentions are. Is it because I'm her favorite for a good reason, or I'm her favorite because I'm like on her #1 most wanted list, like type of favorite? So that's why it worries me. I'm not sure if the attention is good or not.
It's scary to be singled out.
Yeah, I don't want to be
Ooh.
seen.
I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of a pensive look from that queen from across the ballroom.
Nope.
I'll tell you what.
No.
Howard.
Can have your pensive glances.
So just
Keep
drag
it
and
to
drop. Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, roll 20. Come on. Play nice. I said play nice, roll. Come on. Okay, there we go. What did I do to disappoint the queen on this journey? Well, it's a difficult question because I know I wouldn't want to. So it's got to be a failure on my part, I think. Whether it was conscious or not, and I don't know whether I know or not, that she was disappointed. but I think I accidentally let the horse die.
Oh no!
Oh, what? Layne just
I don't
goes,
know.
gosh.
I don't know whether it was in. I don't know whether it happened directly by my hand, or like I just fucked up, or there was sabotage of some kind. But the blame was put on me because I let the horse die.
"Aw."
And did you also accept the blame?
Yes.
Okay.
That was good of you.
Sorry, I'm checking my phone because it got some real amazing City and Snow fan art in the works. Is it fan art if it's a player?
Yes.
Don't answer that. Okay, yeah, it is. You can be a fan of your own stuff.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
fun because other people are
You should be
making it
your
too.
biggest cheerleader.
Yeah. Okay, it's back to me on top. Who is this distant power you are traveling to, and why do they make you uneasy? Let's do some world building, huh? Okay. This distant power, we'd already said that we're traveling and this is a place of war, right?
Yeah.
That we're at war with them for as long as we can remember.
As long as we've been alive.
Yeah, I think this distant power offered us something that would tip the tide of the war. And part of me is saying it's too good to be true. But another part of me is saying maybe I don't know these things. Maybe I'm not politically savvy.
You're not
enough
qualified to
know.
have an opinion on this.
Oh, certainly not. Yeah, exactly. I'm not qualified to have an opinion on this. But still, there's a twinge of unease, and there's a slight idea of this sounds too good to be true because we've been living with this war for so long.
Rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. What do I do for the queen that no one else can do?
It gets all the juicy questions.
They're all juicy questions. They're wonderful. They're so good.
Well, you know the queen can play me like a fiddle, but I mean, there's a reason why she learned how. Obviously, because
What the hell?
Handlers!
well, you know, there's always been something there, right? And I mean, we met when we were so young, right? So it's hard to not have ways of making our queen how to put it
Fuck.
no it's
Listen, if someone's not going to drag it down to the gutter, I will.
I'm just gonna
do it.
Subtext this because who knows? Like everyone's always wondered: is there something? Will they? Won't they? You know, like obviously, but you know, look at the way that they just push each other's buttons. You know, but what can I do for the queen that no one else can? I have trouble finding the words because you know it's complicated. To take a cue from Facebook relationship statuses.
That's fun. I'm gonna take a sip of water.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Do you or her or both or neither revel in that complication? Is that not comfortable? Is that a place that you choose to inhabit?
I think it's a place we choose to be. You may have touched on it. It's a place that we choose to be because it's comfortable,
Hmm.
as uncomfortable as it may seem.
I'm comfortably uncomfortable.
Oh, palpable tension.
Okay. Anyone else have a follow-up question? No?
I forgot we could ask follow-up questions.
I didn't.
Dragging. Hey, I figured it out.
Ooh.
Proud.
Mm-hmm.
The queen trusts you, but no one else in the royal court does. Why? Oh, okay. So this is probably a kind of an interesting follow-up question to like my question, the first one. Like, I think because she puts so much attention on me in public, in front of everyone, that it's more, they don't trust me because they're jealous, because they don't understand the reason that the queen is showering her attentions on me or whatever, however she's doing it. Maybe they don't trust me because they think that she doesn't trust me, and so they're just trying to follow her lead, but they don't know that she actually does. They don't know that we're close like that. But I also don't know. It's funny because I don't know why she likes me so much, or why she trusts me, or why she gives me the attention that she does. I can't make sense of it. She's a queen. What does she want with me?
Yeah, I've got a question for you on that one.
Okay.
Do you trust the royal court?
I don't think I like, kind of harking back to Lizy's comment. I don't think that I'm qualified to answer that question. I also don't have.
Shady.
I'm No, it's more like I am politically naive. I'm how to put this? Like, it's almost like I'm here because not because I'm a part of any political affiliation or lord or lady or whatever. It's more that the queen kind of chose me for whatever reason. The queen chose me, and here I am, and I don't know whether or not to trust people. Like, I'm naive to that. I'm just pretty. Like, I don't have much going on up here.
Just
I'm a wall
pretty.
ornament.
Living wall ornament. Sorry.
I know you said we had to be sentient, but you know, I'm actually a mirror, guys. Just, you know,
Is
I'm a mirror.
literal mirror. There are sentient mirrors. There's precedent for that.
Hey, haven't you ever seen Snow White, y'all?
Something poignant about saying that mirrors are pretty. Anyway.
I saw the queen. I saw the queen something there. Speaking's difficult. I saw the queen do something terrible to keep the retinue safe. What was it? And did I come to respect her more or less afterwards?
I like this.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
My queen would do something terrible. Look at that face.
I think I saw her assassinate an emissary.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
Because war is profitable. And
Fair.
Even if a peace emissary comes, if the queendom's doing well, you might not want that peace emissary to come. They might go missing along the way. And I don't think she was expecting me to see it, but I did. And I think I respect her less afterwards. Because while you can keep war going eternally with small gestures or acts like this, there will be eventually the time and resources will run out, and both sides will be looking for a solution. and she's just keeps stoking those fires, even when there's not much left.
Hmm.
Okay. Comprehensive.
I like that answer. I thought you were gonna go the respect more way the way you were talking. I was like, you just turned around on me on that one. I was not expecting you to say less.
I have a follow-up question.
Go on.
You are all welcome to ask follow-up questions as well.
Oh yeah, Nathan asked me one.
Yeah. Follow question was, did you happen upon this circumstance, or do you think that it was the circumstances were lined up in a certain way where she did it on purpose?
Her seeing it?
Or was it something that she meant to do completely in private?
I think it was something she meant to do completely in private because of plausible deniability. No,
Right,
if no one
course.
saw the emissary in the castle, were they ever here?
The doctor turned around so he could have deniability.
Yeah.
And
Was the emissary a horse? Sorry.
the queen framed me for the murder of our horse. But I saw her kill.
It was a peace horse.
The
A
peace
horse of
horse.
peace.
A new NPC for my campaign, the peace horse.
Oh, the horse that signals peace. What brings out the queen's kindness? Ooh. We've established a lot of shitty things about this queen so far. But what brings out the queen's kindness? I think that
Not horses.
yeah, not horses, not
This
emissaries.
queen hates her only mode of transportation for some strange reason.
Certainly
Wins or
not
nothing.
pretty people across a ballroom in public. That might be the key, actually. What brings out the queen's kindness? The queen, when she is in private, is the most expressive. And those are the moments when maybe it's almost dangerous to be around her because you don't know which way it'll go. But when the queen decides to be kind and show that kindness privately, it's not just compliments, it's action. it's giving you another chance to impress her. I'm really digging
Go
myself
on.
into a hole here, aren't I? I don't think she just hands out compliments. I think she gives you more chances, and that is its own kind of kindness.
Follow-up question.
Go right ahead.
Why did you need another chance?
Ooh.
Did you kill a horse?
Is there a word for that? Like, you know how there's like regicide, equicide.
Would it be? I
Ooh.
just made that up, but
No, fair enough though. Damn.
Is that the thing?
I'm gonna say yes, because that
Someone
you
look
just
that
like
up. That
dropped
feels
that
right.
knowledge. You
I
said it
don't
so
know.
confidently
Someone
that it
Google real
is.
fast and tell us in chat. It's
Nah,
okay.
dude, that's definitely. I don't care what anyone else says. That is it, because you said that with such confidence, like right away, that's what it is.
What
Fuck
did
everything
I do
else.
that I needed
Ecocide.
another chance? I think I broke an heirloom.
Oh my god, I was literally thinking in my brain, Liz is gonna say she broke something. Watch.
Is this on the same level of call out as Layne's going to make us fight a cosmic horror?
I mean, like, only because what she said earlier about her job,
something with crafts,
kind of made me think that she was, maybe she was like a potter or like I feel like that tracks for Lizy.
I don't know. Okay, so like I've been doing cross stitch this week, so I'm thinking I ruined a tapestry somehow. Hold on. It's fun. It's
That's
a good
cute.
It's a good
I couldn't
time.
see it. You like took that away real
It's
fast.
it's very chill.
That's
There's
intricate.
nothing
It's
more chill
really
than
bad
stabbing
if you're
something thousands of times.
like there's yeah. It's great. It's worth it though. I like stabbing things. But I
I would
think
never think Lizy would say that
I
in my
think I
life.
was doing a repair on something, and maybe one of the tapestries that is a little old. Oh, I know. I did it. I did it too well, and it stood out because the new stuff looked new and it needed to all look the same. And the queen, in her kindness, allowed me to fix the issue.
You updated all of the tapestries. Got it.
Gosh, that would be a lifetime achievement. So, yeah.
Okay.
And Emily watches a lot of the repair shop, so I get it for that
So,
compassionate
at
restoration.
her suggestion, like when she said that, I tried watching the first episode and it's like, why am I crying? It's a clock. But so I couldn't keep watching it, and I ended up watching more murder mysteries.
No, whatever works.
Next up.
Nathan.
You are considered beautiful by almost everyone you meet.
This was
How
supposed to
does
be
the
my
queen-
card.
Yeah, fucking same.
How does the queen make you question that perception? Well, I mean, it all just goes back to, you know, just the rapport that the queen and I have. You know, because we are so close, you know, everyone, you know, dotes on me and gives me all these compliments and everything, but the queen knows me for who I really am, and you know, can if
Knock
my
you
head-
down a peg or two.
knock me down a peg or two. My head gets too high up in the clouds. She's always there to just a little gut punch to, you know, bring me back down to earth. And it's, you know, that's just it's just how she is.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's born out of jealousy because you're more beautiful than she is? And someone has said that before to you in front of her? And so she made it her mission to then keep you knocked down a peg or two? Or do you think that it's just simply the relationship that you two have?
I think it's more the nature of the relationship. I mean, the queen is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'll keep my thoughts to myself of who I think is more beautiful.
Okay.
And that's
Anyone
yeah,
else?
That's where I'll leave
No.
it.
Lucky to get that card though.
Yeah, I was like, that's my whole shtick, man. Took my thing. Okay. What did you bring with you to protect the queen? I feel like due to my naivete, I wouldn't have brought anything of practicality, like, you know, say a soldier would. But I have what I think is a very deep love for the queen, and I would throw myself in front of her if need be. That's what I bring to the table, is that it's not an actual thing that I brought. It's more who I am as a person.
Your determination.
Yeah, because I just love her so dang much, even though I don't know why she likes me.
Okay.
Sorry, I missed it. What did you say you'd bring to protect the queen?
I said I didn't bring anything, like, in actuality, bring a thing. I brought who I am as a person, and that is that I love her so much that I would, like, throw myself in front of her. So I brought myself,
Ah, I see.
not like an actual object
Mhm.
or like an army or whatever.
The queen sometimes shows interest in my personal life. How do I respond to that and why? I don't understand. Because this is someone who is far above my station and kind of always will be. Even if I did marry into a noble family or someone in the royal court, there would always be that stigma of you were just a handmaiden.
Mm-hmm.
And you do not deserve this. So when she, even with a passing personal question, I'm just like, why are you doing this? This isn't like part of why I'm here.
So would you say that maybe you don't necessarily have a personal life because you spend all your time doing things for her?
Only small things, I think, anymore. And now that I've managed to get the fact that I am a handmaiden and I'm trusted, that doesn't allow for personal life outside of like what my duties directly correlate to. So I could be the best tea maker around and practice that on my own time. But if I can't make the best teas when it's absolutely required, what's the point of that hobby?
Right.
Mm.
Devastating.
I like this game. This is cool.
The drama.
Yeah.
I love it. I played this once and immediately I listened to it played, immediately bought it, and then asked my local store to carry it so that my friends could buy it.
Nice.
So
Putting
yeah.
things in business, got it. Lizy
Yeah,
gets shit done.
well, I left the local game store, friendly local game store. You have
Mine's not
a
friendly.
personal connection to the land you are currently traveling through. What makes you want to stay, and why don't you?
Ooh.
Whew. Hmm. I think that in my youth, I trained here in the land we're traveling through. And while I was traveling here, I had a lover. And when I was called to the Queen's Palace to work for her and devote myself to her, I had to give up that life. And there's still a little bit of a pain because it wasn't sudden. It was the type of thing we tried to hang on to over time. But in the end, threads unraveled and we just we grew apart as people do, and now there's still some heartache seeing some familiar landscapes. So I want to stay. I want to see if I don't know if something can be rekindled here, or if maybe I can find out what happened to them, if they're happy, but I can't and I dare not to.
Is that, sorry, follow-up question. Is that
Go for
because you cut off all contact and you don't know where they are, or is it because you're afraid that if you actually go to them, that the queen will react badly?
I think it's a combination. I think that we tried to keep in touch, but at some point, maybe the front of the war changed or some sort of thing changed, and suddenly letters, even though they weren't frequent, just ended up stopping altogether. And also, I will not leave my queen. I don't.
Hmm.
I don't want her knowing something like this about me, because maybe it wasn't quite a respectable thing to do. If I can put that out there, because that establishes a little bit of a lot when it comes to relationships. Is that an okay thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not quite scandalous, but not polite.
I don't know if anyone else is actually looking at the chat in the stream.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Two screens.
Emily was like, so I guess like the comment that Emily made about Equicide being the sequel to the play Equus. I've actually seen Equus live with Daniel Radcliffe, and I will
wish.
never be able to watch Harry Potter the same way ever again because he literally runs
He's
around
done some
on
really
the
good
stage for a
acting
solid
work.
15 minutes naked. No, but like
Yeah.
Harry Potter,
Yeah, but
who like we've known since he was 12. I'm watching in person
it's
on
still
stage,
just like people naked.
100% naked with his dick flying all over the place because he's galloping around the stage like a horse. I'm not joking.
You
I'm
just
being
solidified
dead-ass
me
serious.
never wanting to see that. Thank you.
Yeah, and
I would suggest reading it, but yeah.
Yeah. The other
Going
interesting
into
part
it?
about the other interesting thing about when I
Quick,
saw
quick,
that
quick,
play is that Uncle Vernon, the actor that plays Uncle Vernon, played the therapist in the play with him. So seeing those two together in a completely different setting was even weirder.
I don't know if I've seen him in anything else, but it's hard to tell sometimes. Movie-wise. I'm bad at keeping track of actors throughout movies, except
I think
for a
he's
couple.
dead now, unfortunately. R.I.P. Uncle Vernon.
Anyway.
Yeah, sorry. My bad. That was just funny in the comments. In the chat. It is wild, Dawson. It totally is. Let's continue. Nathan.
What do I usually do for the royal family? And why does that make you an unlikely choice for this journey? First of all, what don't I do for the royal family? I've been called, a performer. I've been called a a muse. I've been called just a shoulder to cry on. Why would that make me be an unlikely choice for this journey? I'm absolutely not an unlikely choice for this journey, I say. The queen needs me here.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
What was the worst thing they called you?
Worst thing they called me. Not in my company. I heard it in passing, though, that they said I was nothing more than the queen's plaything.
Another follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
I certainly hope not.
No more follow-ups.
Okay, hold on one second. Sorry, I'm like typing something in the chat.
Type faster.
I know. I'm also I have an eye problem where I like can't see. I'm legally blind without my contact in, and sometimes my contact because it doesn't fit properly right now because I haven't been to the eye doctor in forever because I'm genuinely afraid to go to that kind of doctor in a
Understand.
pandemic. I haven't been
Fully
to the dentist
understand,
either.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, well overdue for a checkup at the dentist. But again, I don't want my mouth open in a small room, even though they're like totally covered. No, thank you. But so I have problems seeing because it gets foggy. So I'm like getting close to the screen and I'm like trying to read things and I can't type because it's small letters.
Let's get that
Da,
card.
da, 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 da.
Ooh.
There, oh, there is a part of you that does not want peace in this land. Why are you attached to the war? I how do I answer this? The only reason I am in what are we calling it? It's called the retinue, the court, the
Yes.
retinue.
Well, no. The retinue is the group you travel with.
Oh, okay. So, well, yeah. Then the only reason I am a part of the retinue is because of the war itself. I found my way into this situation that I'm in with the queen due to the war. And I fear that if the war ends, I'll be displaced and forgotten about by her. And that scares me because I don't want to go back to what I was like where I was at before war came to me and affected me directly.
Okay.
So did the queen give you more attention during more times of conflict?
It was more that I where I'm from in her lands was more war torn, and that's how she found me.
Okay.
And took me into her fold, and now I'm afraid that if there was no war that I'd be sent back to where I came from.
Okay. Gosh, that's some real harsh. Whew. Guys, I love the queen, but that's rough.
I suspect this journey isn't just about diplomatic negotiations. What else do I believe is going on and why? Whew.
There's a lot going on there.
While not strictly about diplomatic relations, I think this is a declaration of ownership. I think she also she's been doing all these things to prolong the war and keep it going artificially, but may have also realized that the only way to end it will be one big action. And I think that this is going to be that. No matter what that might be, I think this is the one thing that will end it.
Is it the queen specifically that you think is the one that's going to have to end it, or just this journey that we're on because of where we're going?
I think it's a mixture of both. I think the fact that she is here with us, if it was just about diplomatic negotiations, they'd send an emissary. But it's not. It's something more because she's here.
Right. Taking it up a different level.
Yeah, it's a follow-up.
Yeah.
How long
How long have I thought this?
Well, how long do you think that the queen's been thinking about this?
I think only very recently, which is why she's going herself and has brought the people she has. Why else would she bring me if she known? Because I saw her. I saw her kill that emissary. Why would she bring me?
Intrigue.
Awkward. I got it. I got the card. When did you know you were in love with the queen? Oh, gosh. Really, she can do no wrong. Except for all the times she murdered people and insulted people. And when did I know that I was in love with the queen? And I'm not sure. I don't think I established really like what my direct relationship is with the queen, because I think I interact with her day to day much more as a figurehead, and probably through someone else who is between us, right? So when did I know I was in love with the queen? I think I realized I was in love with the queen when I was sewing her into her coronation gown. And usually this is the type of thing that maybe a handmaiden would do, but this is a very specific, difficult type of work that I did myself. And it was an intimate experience, being so close to someone who is so high up. And even though I had done this before for other people, I realized just how well she wore the clothes. And I think that's when I realized I was in love with her, because she had all of the poise and grace and elegance that matched the types of materials that she was in, right? This wasn't just putting someone elegant in a basic undyed wool. This was someone who could look that regal no matter what she was wearing, but while she was wearing something so elegant and wonderful, really the clothes were not needed to enhance her beauty. And that's when I knew I was in love with her, when nothing else would compare.
Follow up.
Yes.
What color was the coronation gown?
Fashion police.
It was a very expensive dark blue with thousands of tiny hand sewn beads.
I remember that gown well.
I remember your scissors well. You monster. Too lewd.
The queen is responsible for the death of someone I loved. Who and what happened?
Ooh.
Dark.
Shit just got real.
Yeah.
So surely this isn't true. My queen would never do this. But I've heard rumors, about we were coming of age before she was queen, but when we were both, of age, let's say. Um, there were some rumors that she had a hand in my family's demise.
Your whole family? Sorry, the follow-up came way too early. I just shouted that out and didn't mean to.
So it's all a boatload of lies, though, because my family isn't dead. They left a long time ago, and I stayed. And I know my family loved me, but with the onset of war coming, surely they thought it best to leave the kingdom, and so they did. And I haven't seen them since I was younger. Just barely a man. The rumors say that the queen had them killed. That can't be true, because we've been friends for so long, and she wouldn't do something to harm me in that way. So it's not true.
Definitely would never do anything like that.
No.
No.
I certainly haven't seen anything that would say that she would.
I already asked my follow-up question.
Yeah.
So.
Did I answer your follow-up question?
You did. Your whole family, I guess. Like, what does your whole family entail? Like, just your parents, or like, did you have siblings?
Oh, my parents and my older sister and my two younger brothers. They were twins.
Okay. Anybody else?
No.
Okay. I'm like nervous about these cards now. Like what they're gonna say, what they're gonna ask me. Oh. What promise did the queen make to you before this journey? Do you think she'll keep it? Okay, so what were my choices? Like I can pass this or I can exit? Like what is that?
So you can give it to someone else to answer. You can pass on it entirely, exit out, and draw another card. And I like to play with the variant rule that you can put it on the side and someone else can pick it up if they like.
Where would I put it?
Just anywhere. Yeah. I just realized I'm only at 70%. So no, I don't think that helped. Okay. Yeah, that should be clearer.
I'm trying to think if I want to answer this or not. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to know what she promised me. But I can't decide if I want to just exit entirely or give someone else a chance to answer this question. I think I'll give someone else a chance. I'll put it on the side.
So that's on the side if you want to do that instead of drawing your card. Now redraw so that you still have a turn.
Okay. Can I just keep doing this to all the cards? No, I'm just kidding. See, I love answering this question, like, because I feel like I've done it twice now. Why are some others at the royal? Yeah, right. Why are some others at the royal court jealous of your relationship with the queen? Expanding on the fact that she gives me such attentions in public and given the fact that I'm not a born noble or part of her court before. And I'm just someone she caught her eye when she was doing a tour of her regions and that had been affected by the war, as queens do, seeing where she could dole out her help, and she just plucked me from obscurity. And I think that makes the actual people of the royal court jealous because they were born into that. It's like their privilege, and I'm taking their privilege by just existing.
Can I possibly add something to that you can veto if you like?
Yeah.
I think maybe you are proof that being born into royalty doesn't, you can just learn how to do that. You can learn how to fit in with that, because I think that's something that you do, is that you kind of prove that like, no, you can learn this stuff. This stuff isn't, this stuff isn't something you're born with. It's something that you've learned and perfected. And
and they don't like that I'm showing them that at all.
It's a very precarious place to be.
Scared for everything.
Mm-hmm.
What part of this journey will be the most difficult? And how do I pull the rest of the retinue through it? I'm the Queen's handmaiden.
Ooh.
I know what she wants. And I know, by extension, what everyone else does as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's simple enough. And
will the hardest part be tending to the Queen then?
I think the hardest part will be dealing with, because it's such a small group, a small like set of people I've had to work with, in direct contrast to the rest of the people in the palace, where there's teams of people waiting to do what she wants when she wants. There's royal parties going on consistently. The royal court's constantly around. It's going to be difficult trying to blend into the background when you're a prominent figure.
Yeah.
I
like the idea that you're quietly directing everyone else to what they're... Because you know exactly what we should all be doing for maximum comfort of the Queen.
Exactly. Because I love her.
Absolutely. Oh, God,
do you find that to be difficult work because you're dealing with so many different personalities?
Yeah.
Dealing with the different personalities
love bossing people around.
Dealing with the different personalities isn't what bothers me. It's seeing the attention divided so closely rather than spread out. What I don't know doesn't bother me, but I know it now, and it's bothering me.
Nice.
Gotcha. How many cards are there?
Yeah, I think we're nearing the end.
Yeah.
Feels like we are. Something you do for the royal family that has prepared you well for this journey. Oh.
I'm having fun, just so you know.
Okay. No, because I'm like trying to figure out mentally, but like we're somewhere. We're not in the beginning, certainly. Okay. What is something you do for the royal family that has prepared you well for this journey? for the whole royal family. Well, I established that my character is more of a craftsperson, working with sewing and threads and needles. I think part of what separates me from a common seamstress is that my work is embedded in the traditions of the royal family and in some way upholds those many old traditions and memories, and keeps them fresh and not as a record keeper like a historian, but someone who makes sure that everything is right culturally, that they're perceived in the right way, and that I know the way that they are meant to be perceived, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because like especially for royal families, just in things I've read over the years about different ones, like there's certain colors and certain like
Yes.
fabrics that are like signals in different cultures, or they mean different things in different
Purple.
cultures. So I mean, purple is just
Yeah.
is a
I
majestic
love
color.
Yeah,
But
because you
like
gotta make it out of snails in the Mediterranean. This is. Do not let
clothes
me
matter.
tangent. Don't let me tangent on purple.
No, I'm not. So clothes do matter in a
And it's a
royal
piece
political
of the
sense.
etiquette that is important for this queen as she goes on a diplomatic journey, that I'm there to not guide her, because I would never presume, but make sure that everything about her appearance is not treading on the handmaiden's toes at all, but when it comes to clothes and accessories and jewelry, making sure that everything is exactly as it needs to be for a diplomatic situation that I'm expecting. So the caretaker of the royal wardrobe. Follow-up questions?
No.
Okay.
Trust you.
Yeah.
Did you know you would never forgive the queen? And
Oh
why?
man.
Could you imagine if this was the first card drawn? Could you?
Think of danger. That just sets the tone for the whole the
Yeah.
queen sesh, huh? When did I know I would never forgive the queen?
Ooh.
That's heavy.
Yeah. I mean, I did
So-
warn this game does get heavy, but now you can see exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not holding punches.
It's a recent development as we've been journeying, actually. So, in our travels, there are things that the queen keeps very close to her and things that aren't meant for the eyes of others, let's say, and the comforts of the queen aren't meant for the commoners.
Certainly not.
And one of these comforts caught my eye. I don't know if it was left out idly or if it was left out as a message or what, but linking back to my family who had left, there was the queen and I were very close, but she was also very close with my sister as well, my older sister. And one of the things that was very important for my sister was that this bracelet that she had made. It's nothing extraordinary or anything. It's not encrusted with jewels or anything like that. It's not like a woven grass bracelet or anything, but it's something that you can tell has been loved and was handmade and everything. And I saw this memory from my past sitting there on the Queen's traveling vanity. And all of these years of me thinking that my family had fled and that the Queen had no hand in it and anything. She had no mention of my sister having given her this, and it brought up doubts, and that this object was never mentioned and was of great value to my sister, and why would she leave without it, and why does the Queen have it now? So I question my queen. And I don't think I can forgive her for if the rumors are true and she did truly have a hand in my family's downfall, then I couldn't forgive her for that. But also, even if it's not that sinister, I couldn't forgive her for keeping something from me, from a part of me that's so close. For so long to my queen.
It's a crack in the porcelain facade, right? Oh gosh,
I can't think if I have a follow-up question or not, because that was that was pretty in depth.
Yeah, that was very in depth.
I'm just sitting here listening, like I was just sitting kind of entranced by you telling that story. Like, that's all very interesting. Now I'm like trying to shake out of the fog. Okay.
That's fine. It happens. This is what happens when you all send me on wild goose chases for NPCs that I didn't have backstories for. I've got lots of practice.
This is like,
I know that feeling so fucking well.
This is like the curse of Idrinden that that will never stop bringing it up. Okay. Whew. There is a false rumor about you and the Queen back at the royal court. What is it? How did it start?
I love how you got all the royal court related ones a lot. That's so interesting. It's so cool.
So there is a rumor that the Queen is paying me to be there with her. That's why I'm here, like why I'm at court. That's why I was brought to court, simply because they're trying to paint me like I'm what's the term? Person of the night. But that's simply not true. So that's what they say. They say I'm just no better than to use the derogatory word whore. And
well, do we want to have that criminalized?
yeah, that's
to
another
put that
thing.
out there is another question.
It's I don't know about it if it's necessarily a crime, but it's more frowned upon, maybe. Especially if you're a queen.
Maybe it's more of a concept like what they're frowning about is the concept that you need to be paid to spend time with the queen.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Like, you know, interesting. Wait. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It started because the queen, someone saw the queen hand me coins to go get something that she knew I liked that was a good from my region of her kingdom that I was missing since I'd left my home, that I hadn't had in a while because it wasn't available due to the fact that it was so war-torn in my region. So when this item became available at the market at court, the queen knew how much it meant to me and did me that kindness where she was like, go buy yourself something pretty, like that kind of thing. But not in the connotation of like she's just, paying for me as a person, like buying my love. Right. It's genuine between us, and they don't like that. So that's why they started that rumor. They saw that as an opportunity to bring me down.
Any excuse. Interesting.
Follow up. What was the item?
It was a mango. Mangoes only grow in my region, and because of the war, it made it so that mangoes were scarce because farmers' lands were ravaged. So after a few years of being, after a year or two of being in her court, mangoes were finally growing again, and a merchant had brought them, and she had heard that there was a shipment coming in. So she was like, I know how much you love these things. It's part of your childhood. So go get yourself a mango.
I am considered ugly by almost everyone I meet. How does the queen make me question that perception?
What the hell? I didn't know that there was going to be an opposite to Nathan's question. That's messed up.
Yeah, there was.
It's so messed up.
It's a question of perspective more than anything else. When I'm in the royal court and surrounded by the queen, the people the queen chooses to surround herself with, I'm very ugly in comparison. I might be completely average looking to most people. To most people outside the royal court, but inside it, which is the only people I meet anymore, to them, I'm just a handmaid. I will never be as beautiful as the queen. So to them, I'm ugly.
I have a follow-up question, but first, Court 5, Town 8.
What?
3 at court and 8 in town.
Okay.
Looks.
Oh fuck! Yeah, I just got it. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at here, basically.
Yeah. How do you think beauty is perceived? I'm trying to make it a more direct question, but that is my question. Is it like physical features? Is it also a question of status? Because in town, I mean, in the court and in the area where you work, you are not high up on the social status scale. So
It's a
is
mixture of
that
both, I think.
okay?
When the queen chooses to surround herself, and I've certainly seen the playthings she surrounds herself with. I know I might look ugly in comparison, and they also share. They're part of the royal court. They're far above what I ever will be.
Right.
So again, it's ugly in comparison, but with that comes the expectations.
Right. Or lack of expectations. Wow, Justin, really?
I can't. He found this out like a year or two ago and will never shut up about it.
It's because they're easy to grow in not tropical environments and temperate environments. It's just you put them next to your peppers and you're done.
You
It's
should have
easy.
you should have also seen what they were talking about at when I was talking, because I went into the chat. I went back into it, and they were like, "Person of the night, are you a vampire? Vampire, vampire, vampire." I was like,
Backtrack. We have to play again the vampire version.
I haven't given away my gender, if you've noticed. So that's why I said
I don't know if a
of
lot
the
of
night.
yeah.
So
I think I
anyway,
conceived my character as female, but it doesn't have to be.
our chat is blowing up about fruits and vegetables
Tomatoes.
right now.
What brings out the queen's cruelty? When Justin posts about tomatoes being
the fucking Supreme Court ruling of
1893. Look up a picture. I bet there's some great mustaches on that Supreme Court. It's
Gotta be.
yeah, there has to be. That's the rule. It's
Also,
a pre-Taft court too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's an interesting year for the Supreme, like, time period for the Supreme Court. The things that were going on.
Yeah.
Fucking Justin.
Sorry, are you not interested in centuries-old political discourse in a different country? What brings out the queen's cruelty? Oh. I actually think I might X this card.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I think we've seen examples of it, and yeah.
But also, Lizy doesn't believe that the queen is cruel. JK. I'm not putting that on you.
Actually, my character might not. I'm kind of actually interested in bringing this back.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's bring it to the front. What promise did the queen make to you before this journey? And do you think she'll keep it? It might be easy to say that the queen promised that I could stay here. And I think that's too easy. But what does my character want more than to continue doing the best she can? What promise did the queen make you before this journey? What if the queen promised that on the way back, they'll find me an apprentice? She'll find me, in some ways, companionship of a type that I don't currently have. And it's a bit bittersweet because the queen is in some way, in one way saying, maybe I'll find you a replacement for me. But it's also just such a little thing for a queen to do, right? It's such a small token, and it's such a personal token because she knows that I came from this area that we're traveling through. And do I think she'll keep it? I think so. I think so because she gave me She gave me a look that I don't try to think about what she's actually thinking. I just take it at face value. Cuz I have to. Otherwise I would, I would have too much going and that wouldn't work. I have to trust her. And that's what I think she promised me. Is an apprentice and the promise of companionship.
No follow-ups?
Did you? I mean, did you answer the actual follow-up question on the card? Like, do you think?
Do you think she'll keep it? I think she will, but I think part of that is because I think that I'm guileless and don't suspect that of others. I wouldn't suspect her to be breaking promises because that's not necessarily becoming of the queen, and I also don't question her. I'll take the good when it happens.
Do you bring it up to you, or did you ask?
Oh, good question. Ooh, that would be a very
That was
brave
fucking
thing to
good.
ask. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be like an outright ask, but like a mention in passing when working on something.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
A
like,
casual, that's where I apprenticed.
my master was around my age when I apprenticed with him. In the lands we'll be going through during our journey. We're
What
not
promise did the
war-torn.
queen make you? I think I would have slowly I wouldn't have asked outright, definitely not. But maybe I would have slowly dragged out the question in the, let's say, weeks to months leading up to this diplomatic mission. Hinting at it, asking other people to ask if they know, to ask if they have heard of, type thing. Like, just let it be known and let the rumors happen around me, but just slowly just weave that question out. Never asking outright. That would be too forward.
I'm satisfied with that answer.
Okay. Good question.
Thank you. You were summoned to a private meeting with the Queen once. Why did you feel disappointed afterward?
Uh-oh. Nathan, who has this like super close relationship with the queen,
Sorry, I just have to hide under my mic.
is now getting these questions like, oh man, I'm loving this.
Well, I can't exactly speak to why I was disappointed in polite company.
Blue balls.
That could have
I'll fucking say it.
so many. No, but like, I mean, it could have so many meanings that like, I love that as an answer.
I've got some sort of complicated relationship here with the Queen, and I don't know what it is either. I think that's the shortest answer I've given to.
Well, I'll just make our assumptions like the rest of the court.
No follow-up questions that I need to answer directly or anything?
No.
Nothing? Just gonna leave it out?
No, we'll believe what we want to believe.
Just gonna let it hang there.
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Ooh.
The queen is not your queen. Why do you serve her anyway? Can I like 86 this just because it doesn't make sense?
I mean, what would it mean if she wasn't your queen? Would you have another queen? Would she not be a queen to you and be something else? You can exit anyway. It's just,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this question.
That's fine.
So I just drag it over here, and then what happens?
Oh, you can just click the X. So don't cover the X. So leave it over here, and then just draw another one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh wow.
The queen touched you once. What about the memory of that will stay with you forever? I mean, it wasn't just once. I'll say that. But the first time the queen ever touched me, I'll never forget that. When she came through, I'm going to say this again because Emily's comment in the chat about this turn of phrase that I made was funny. Her tour of the regions. She said that sounds like a royal smut book. Fair. When she came into my humble region that had been ravaged by war, and she saw me for the first time, it's like one of those like photos that gets on the cover of like Time magazine type situations where it was just she like reached out, and I have all this like rubble and I have like dirt on my face, but she still saw something in me, and she reached out her hand and pulled me to her and like took me in, and I'll never forget that.
So, would you characterize it as like a friendly, a kindness, a parental, something like that, or like what? I'm trying to just figure out like what. Not necessarily like what type of love is it, but what type of admiration was that moment?
For
I mean?
me,
Yeah,
it was like awestruck, and it's not that I was like living in like a simple village where like we didn't get news of the kingdom, like, so I know things about the queen, and we're roughly the same age. So it's like I've grown up with her. And so seeing her in person and her reaching out to me was kind of like just a sheer moment of awe, and just I was kind of just struck dumb, not believing that she was actually like that. I couldn't believe that she was reaching out for me.
Wow.
So it's an admiration, definitely, but not a paternal or any sort of like. It's more like I'm high key in love with her because she's like my savior.
Complicated. Awful. She's awful. I love her though. I love my queen.
What do I do for the queen that anyone else can do? And why does she make you do it? I think that's a fairly simple question to answer. She could hire any handmaiden. Anyone could be trained up as quickly as I could. But she keeps me around for... well, I don't know why. Maybe I've got that leverage of the fact that I saw her do the things she's done. Maybe I've just been around long enough so that I know too much. But she could disappear me if she wanted to. And she chooses not to. And I still don't know why.
Have you had any thoughts of there's a genuine friendship there and not a queen and subject relationship?
Of course not. Where would I ever think that? I don't deserve her.
Ooh.
Anyone?
No.
No one deserves the queen.
I don't know if I want to ask a question to that, but that was just so straightforward. Like, I don't think anything else needs to be said. You're just like, nope, I don't fucking deserve it.
The queen had you punished once. What about that memory will stay with you forever? I hope this isn't too revealing of me being like a natural introvert, but I think the punishment involved making me do things with other people in like social settings. The queen had you punished once. What about the memory will stay with you forever? I I think there was a moment very early on when I didn't hold my tongue about something and I had corrected her on a matter of etiquette. And I should never have done that. That is not my place. And it was extremely wrong, but she had me punished. And she had me punished by placing me amongst the lower ladies of the court so that I would learn etiquette. I would go to sporting events every single day, unendingly. I would play card games every night. I would clean up after all of these ladies who got pissed drunk every night playing card games. And it was terrible because I was required to be like their card partner when they didn't have a double or something. And it was just ceaseless. And I never wanted that life. And this absolutely made me know that I wasn't made for that life because I could not keep up with these women who were decades and decades ahead of me, who would party all night and still be up to take in visitors in the morning for tea looking flawless.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah. And what about that memory will stay with you forever? I think the one moment that stayed with me was during one of these mornings, one of the older women who was sent to mentor me in these ways, at some point she gave me a wink and I realized that this was just fun. This was just how this person had fun. And that was just kind of terrifying to me. And I would have preferred to just be alone, sewing for days and days and end and not speaking to another soul. So, yeah, that is the weirdest way I've ever answered that question. But that's like spooky stories with Lizy.
Did the queen see this as a reward?
No, she did not.
She totally knew she was punishing, like that was going to be a punishment.
She knew that it wasn't a reward because it was always a temporary situation. If this had been a permanent situation where she had made me a lady or something like that, then maybe that could have counted as a reward and I would have had to keep up. I would have had to stay with that forever and keep up appearances. But it was clear that this was always a little bit of a game. And that was just not fun, not a good time.
So did she keep you on this schedule for a specified amount of time, or did she just do it until you broke?
I think until she needed me to do something else. it was a cruel whimsy, to turn a phrase. So, yeah. Spooky stories
Love
to share in the dark.
Love the queen.
I love the queen. She is my queen and I love her.
When was the last time the queen hurt you? Actively hurt me?
Aw. Physically, emotionally, like where are we going with this?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. When, I mean,
Oh, I like what Dawson said in the chat. Hurt you in a way that you didn't ask for.
Yeah. Yeah.
That tracks, Dawson.
So we're tying stuff together here. We're weaving a tapestry. So as a performer for the queen and the royal court and the royal family, I am kept around most often for entertainment. And as we established early on, the queen knows how to press my buttons, and I know how to press her buttons. And this one time where we had an exchange that should have been a routine ribbing, I don't know what went wrong. What was different about this moment that we had had so many times before, and it was something that was comfortable with us? It was right before we left for our journey. And instead of the usual response, I was met with a harsh criticism that did not. It was a discordant moment in an otherwise routine back and forth. And the look that she gave me, it something had broken, and I don't know what it was, and it had hurt, you know.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Why did you deserve it?
Well, I didn't. Because this is just how we interact with each other, and for so long it's been the same, and it's like you're reciting the lines of a play, and suddenly your co-actor skips a line, and it's like the rug is pulled out from underneath you, or you miss the last step going down a staircase, and it's just it throws you for a loop, and you just don't know what to do about it. And I don't know of anything that I've done. I've been nothing but perfectly pleasant.
Follow-up question. What kind of performer are you?
Well, I'm a performer of many types.
I know someone wanted to know the answer to that question. When you say performer, what do you mean?
If you can play it, I perform it.
Oh, I love the answer. Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
I keep going to the wrong screen. That's funny. Okay. Ooh, what did you bring with you that endangers the queen? I genuinely believe this in my heart of hearts, because that's how my brain has trained me to believe, that just my person, just myself, like I was like I am the gift that, instead of being like I brought something to defend her, like it's me. That's the thing that I brought. But similar to that, like I am also a weakness that she has, and because other people in court know that I'm a weakness for her, that she, because I'm a commoner and I didn't, but she still lavishes her attentions on me, could potentially, people view it as it could potentially disrupt this mission that we're on for peace or to end the war or what have you. So I think people were mad that she chose me to come along, because they were like, having this person along with you who is like not an active worker for you and still a commoner, but you're treating them like they're one of you, is not good for your image.
I've got no follow-ups to that one.
I'm the danger. I'm the danger and the gift.
Do you feel that you are a danger?
I don't think that I necessarily understand that complex of a situation, that I am in fact bringing her down a peg or two because she keeps me in her company, because I'm just so glad to be there and I want to be there for her. I choose not to see it, I think, simply so that I can continue being in her presence. Because if I was aware that I did endanger her, I probably wouldn't have, I probably would have protested and not wanted to go, because I wouldn't do anything to put her in actual danger. So I don't think I'm aware of it.
Okay. I'm going to put this one to the side. I think it's crap.
I didn't even see what it said. I did not see what it even said.
There is someone else in this thread,
I think that one's too meta, personally.
That's fine. It can work, and sometimes I think this circumstance maybe not, especially since we're also pretty well established already.
So the next one. The Queen thinks more highly of you than you do yourself. How do you know this?
Interesting. Okay.
Because she keeps me around. Again, if I wasn't of some use to her, I'd be gone. I'm replaceable. But if she didn't think highly of someone like me, I wouldn't be here. Like, she could look around the royal court, or even just go out to a small village and go, "New handmaiden, we're going to train you. Come with me." And so many people would just take the hand that was offered, despite how distant it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want them to do that.
Mm. You've got the job 1,000 girls would kill for.
Exactly.
Is that how you came into this position?
Killing, or?
No, by seeing something similar happen to someone else that the Queen thought highly of, or more highly of than they thought of themselves.
Well, I don't know what happened to the previous head handmaiden. I want to know at some point. But for now, I'm perfectly happy to serve the Queen I love.
Can't think of a follow-up to that.
Okay. Oh. You arranged for the Queen to be ambushed on this journey. What did they offer you?
Lizy!
I know.
How dare you?
No.
What is
I don't know if
you?
this is a question that my character can answer, actually. You arranged for the Queen to be ambushed on this journey.
I think this is another one that's kind of like we've all been very well established, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Let's see what happens. Oh, how does the queen remind you of her status while on the journey? Ooh. Clearly, she's reminding her, and it is not just the case of us bowing down to her and reminding her that we are lower, but her reminding us that she is higher. Remind you of her status while on the journey. There's some like basic things like making sure she is seated at the top most highest part of whatever we're traveling in, or first, or in the center. Maybe she just it's simple, and she just doesn't allow us to stop unless she chooses to stop. And she is a woman who makes that extremely clear, that she's the only one who can decide when we go. And maybe if it's not crossing streams too much, maybe that's one of the reasons why she was so angry about the goddamn horse, was that whew, was that maybe that meant something slipped out of her control for half a second, and that was not going to work, because when that happened, there was a moment of her realizing she needed us in a way that doesn't work, not compatible. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Is the horse's name Elmer? Oh my God.
Lex. No, that's mean.
Fucking Lex. Oh my God. What a nice question that was. Oh, that was great. But also terrible. Also, Lex made a good point. A shout out to how long we've been doing this for. 10 and a half hours we're coming up on. 10 hours and 27 minutes and 10 seconds.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's a marathon, y'all.
Well, on that note, what makes the queen beautiful in my eyes?
Ooh.
Sure, she's got, the clothes and the jewelry and, the conventional beauty and all of that. But our queen is complex, and, it'd be, there are so many easy things to say about her.
Did you just call the queen easy?
No, I said there are so many easy things to
I know, I was joking.
to describe how beautiful the queen is, but in my eyes, the thing that makes the queen most beautiful is that something that we all see, and we've seen kind of come in more into focus on this journey being part of her retinue, is that even though she's got these sometimes cruel, dark moments, there are these points of kindness and compassion that shine through. And I mean, from keeping a relationship with a young performer up until she's queen and we become she brings me to court, or a child from the outskirts of her territory that she brings into a court. She brings you know the a tailor or a handmaid that have been with her for so long, and she holds them close and shows them kindness in ways that they don't think they deserve. And I think that's what makes the queen beautiful, and what makes all of her subjects love her as the queen.
I find it interesting that we've all sort of chosen that overarching theme of like, she loves us, but we don't understand why, because we don't think we deserve her love. Which is like telling, y'all. We're all fucked up in the head.
We're not going into that.
This is like therapy. Getting out my
This
demons.
game hits hard, and I love it. I love it. It
I
does
do
require
like that.
decompression afterwards, but into that.
I kind of like that it makes you really genuinely reach for it. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be disingenuous in this game because it doesn't allow you to be that. It's interesting. So no follow-up questions?
No.
Good to go. What? I saved her life. She saved mine.
You say that like, oh, we all don't deserve her life, and you're like, oh, I saved her.
This has big who saved who energy.
Emily mentioned in the comments earlier at some point in the chat, she was like, Nicole is leaning way too hard into this game. Like, and that's,
I think we all are.
Yeah, and that's so, and I was like, because Emily knows me so well, that's kind of what I do as just a person in all aspects of my life. I lean way hard into things. I'm a go big or go home bitch. Yeah, this is definitely like a who rescued who, like. For Liz, you said it before, I thought it in my head, but like that's definitely where I was gonna go with that. She said to me right before we left, when I asked her, why did you choose me to come along on this particular journey? She said to me in private that it was because she needed me by her side, because I give her comfort. It comforts her to know that I'm there, because she thinks that I saved her life. In what aspect, I don't know. She hasn't shared that with me. But when she said that to me, she said that I saved her. It got me like thinking like, that can't be because you saved my life. But I held back from saying that to her because I didn't want to disrespect her feelings.
Of course not.
Because I love her so much and her feelings are valid. She just doesn't share with me why she's feeling that way. But I definitely, in my head, I'm like, that can't be. I don't believe that. How could I save your life? You're a queen. You've got it all. That's just like my perception.
A child of hope.
So, yeah.
What do I do that pleases the queen on this journey?
What don't?
Well, with the current people we have in this retinue, a lot of the day-to-day stuff is going to fall to me, because a performer, a seamstress, And I don't know what the other one does. I'm the only one that's trained to keep up her daily life. And I can't tell if she's pleased or not that I'm doing this, but I can only assume she is because I wouldn't want to see her if she was displeased. Why would I ever want to see a look of displeasure on her face?
Keeping a status quo of quality.
Now the question remains, have you seen her in a state of displeasure?
True.
So is what you're doing out of fear or love?
Or do you even know the difference?
Oh no.
What is love without both?
Ooh.
I want them to fear how much they love me.
That's a scary thought.
That's
If I
your
met
next
someone
character.
Like
That's
That
an
is my
office
one-line
reference.
answer to that question. What is love without both?
Ah.
love it.
Oh, you think of someone in this retinue as the queen's favorite. Who? What makes you think this? We both know I just cannot with pretty boy over here. Or I guess we didn't establish gender, but
I'll give you that. I
whenever-
am a boy.
No, not you, Nathan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Because I thought
No,
Nathan
no.
did give away the gender.
Yeah,
Did you?
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And you're not telling me now. Cool. It's okay. It's fine. I've managed to take notes and miss that. I think of you as the queen's favorite. And I think part of that is because there's and stop me if I'm overstepping, there's something about your place in the palace that lets the queen be vulnerable in a way that she can only be in public, in private. Is that kind of what we're already okay? And
That's the
I
general
think
vibe.
that especially as someone who tries to upkeep all this public persona etiquette around the queen and how she looks and how her ancestors have kept up traditions, it's something that I can see glimmers of that when she's around you. And that's why I think that you're her favorite. Because that's when she puts away some of that tradition and in some ways becomes more of a single person and less of a figurehead.
Super jelly now.
Not jealous. It's fine. It's fine. I've seen those smiles.
Do you think I think that?
Oh, absolutely. Because I don't think my character would be able to see past whatever you put up. You probably cut up one dress and you were just in my negative graces for the rest of
Time.
You don't even darn a sock for me.
You know that way that just, oh no, they've hated each other for 20 years, but it's not just like bickering, it's like you can't joke with me, it's that bad.
Yeah.
In the way that you can easily with other people.
I have never wanted to be in that situation. Thank God I haven't. That's awful.
I made myself an angry aunt, but I think that works.
I don't know if I could ever feel a deep hatred for someone for
Oh,
that
no.
long.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh!
So we have to, all of us have to answer this question?
Yeah. And then the game ends.
And then that's it.
So how do
The
we determine
queen's
that
under
she?
attack.
How do we determine how she's under attack? We just
I think what's been done before is we each, from the person who drew it, describe what happens, but we all add to it until we finish the situation.
And then we
So
all
like
answer whether or not we defend
describe like, I don't want to say just like the beginning, the middle, the end of the attack going down the line, but just kind of describe what we do during that situation.
So it's like a pass the baton kind of answer. So
I'm kind of reading this as a kind of
single answer.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
because I think if you pass it around too often, it kind of just muddies the water a little. I think because it'll self feed into itself, and it kind of takes away the urgentness of it.
Also, the mystery of like whether or not what happens. You know,
Yeah.
we just literally we answer the question as literally as possible. Do you defend her? Yeah, it's a yes or no.
But you
question.
can add like details to that, like to the question itself. But I don't think building a narrative around that is. I think it feels counterproductive to me because.
Let's answer the question.
I like that.
Just answer.
And if there's something to add, there's something to add. But yeah.
Yeah. So we starting at the top and going down.
Yeah. Well, you drew it, so go for it.
Okay, the queen is under attack. Do I defend her? No.
I was not expecting that.
I was.
And we can't ask follow-ups. Is that a rule? Did we establish?
No, there isn't really a rule for this, so
I feel like
I think we should just answer it.
Yeah, I feel like establishing follow-up questions is like
and then let it happen.
Yeah.
And then let it end.
Okay. The queen is under attack. Do you defend her? Absolutely, with my entire body if need be.
Why would I? I hired them.
I defend her, but maybe I'm not very good at it.
Oh.
And I think that's where this game of For the Queen ends.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Tune in next week when we play 5 the Queens.
The sequel.
Oh my god. Yeah. So
holy fuck.
Is that not
bonkers?
And it's not easy. It's a rough game. It can be played in different ways that can be very, very serious or can be very silly. I once played a game where we had robot vampires. And I've played games where we have had magic and the queen was a piece of nature. It can go anywhere, and I think that makes it one of my favorites. Yeah,
I like what I said earlier.
breathe.
It like honestly, this game does not allow for you to be disingenuous about your answers. Like it really makes you reach for them. So you're even like the newest of players to any sort of RPG style game, getting into this would reach, just because it's not like it forces you in a bad way. It's just how the game is.
It makes
designed.
you think about how a character, what they do today is influenced by everything that comes before that moment.
Yeah.
Everything. And it's complicated because there's also a lot of interplay. Again, this is slated for 2 to 6 people between 30 minutes and 2 hours.
I don't think you could get the same situation in 30 minutes.
Not at all.
I genuinely don't think you could. It wouldn't be enough.
No. I
I feel
mean,
like that's-
theoretically you could, but that's not something I would personally find satisfying.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah, it's wild that like our perception of this person too is molded by the four of us playing the whole time that we're playing.
Yeah.
And like
absolutely, yeah.
the fact that we collectively came up with a queen who was, I mean, like I said in one of my last things, so cruel but also so compassionate was kind of wild. It's like,
And we collectively decided that we all had like imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Sometimes there is more separation between the queen as a person and the queen as a figurehead, which is interesting because we had that a lot intermingled here, which is totally fine. Absolutely fine. Sometimes the way the cards are ordered change everything drastically.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are many cards early on that are maybe about pain, or sometimes cards early on that are about the nature of beauty, or are questions about the world we're traveling through early on. And we had an interesting mix.
Yeah.
So,
I think it
yeah.
was the way that the cards were designed, because it could have gone a totally different way of who picked which questions and all that stuff. Like it allowed us to, I think we created a pretty interesting story
For sure.
in just this, like, it feels like, I mean, it feels like a small amount of time, to be honest. Like I'm almost like, I don't want this to be over. Like I want to
Yeah.
like keep telling this crazy cool story, because it was like interesting. Like I want to know why Layne hired them. I want to know why Nathan said no.
At the same time, one of the things I love about this game is, first off, no matter how many times I've played it, every time is interesting and unique in its own way. And that's just what other people bring to it. And the other part of it is that, gosh, I'm absolutely forgetting.
Hmm.
It's complete. It feels very complete to me. And it feels like a place where maybe I don't want to go back there. Maybe it exists in a moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's very special, and that brings something special to RPGs, especially where a lot of RPGs are people playing very long form campaigns. This feels self-contained emotionally in a way that I gravitate towards.
I like that.
So that's for the queen. It's like $8 on Roll20. So yeah.
What Emily said about it in the
Mhm.
chat was that it's a crash course in RPG and character building, and I feel like that's kind of true.
Yeah.
I found that it's also one thing I thought about that I realized while we were playing is I wanted to ask Nicole, have you run a game before?
No.
I didn't I think that I don't want to like make this big separation between DMs and characters, because I don't think there is a big one. But some of the like tool set for this type of thing is very transferable, I find, for when you need to make something up on the fly as a DM. But you need to do that as a character as well. So, that's just something I thought about.
Yeah. I mean, that's that I was thinking that actually is that as someone that's new to RPGs in general, not just just in D&D, because that's very new to me. Like it's only been about 3 years now. No, 4. But I've never played games like this in my life. And so it was like Emily and I were talking about the kind of games that we played earlier in the stream. Like I'm like a traditionalist board gamer kind of person. Like I've never been introduced to these kind of games.
I remember the discussion about how crunchy 3.5 is people, it's still around.
Yeah.
Just
If I
how
had been
many numbers
introduced
are there?
if I had been introduced to D&D at that time period, where before 5e, I probably never would have liked it as much as I do now because I
Yeah.
Someone tried to get me into tabletop RPGs with Pathfinder,
That can be complicated.
is that a lot
and it's 3.5 basically.
okay.
Yeah.
And I think if someone had like tried to get me to keep going with Pathfinder, I don't think I'd have done it.
Yeah.
It took me 8.5 hours to make my first character.
Mhm.
Even with the DM, who is very versed in Pathfinder, right there next to me, like making it with me, it still took so long because of how like crunchy and detailed that all is.
But
And I was like, there was just so much stuff I was questioning, because I'd heard that like tabletop RPGs could be really good for character development and creation, and you can kind of do what you want with them and build a character how you want. But then I saw a system like Pathfinder and I was introduced to it, and I was just seeing this entire list of spells thinking, why would you ever use that? Even if it's a character choice, there are some times where you just look at something and you go, that's clearly not built in this system. It's not built to be used. Or it's so niche. Like,
Yeah.
I learned tabletop RPGs on 3.5.
Same.
And I came from, board games and video games and all that stuff where everything had like a win condition. And I think that 3.5 was a good transition for me because, I mean, look at any min maxer out there. It's basically like you're playing with a win condition. Like, how can I do the most damage or take the least amount of damage or do this or that? It's always some end goal, but with, 5th edition coming out and being it more about the storytelling, that I think has been really nice. And, for the Queen, I was wondering at the beginning, like, oh, so when's how do we figure out that it's over? I don't know how that's gonna
yeah.
feel good.
And
Like,
then
how
that
do
card
we
came
win?
down.
Yeah.
And it kind of
it
hit
yeah.
everyone that it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And just a note about, because I also started in 3.5, and when I started in 3.5, I'd played with exclusively people who knew everything, who knew all the min max, and yeah, this is such a different experience, and I think that people who already have experience thinking about characters in a certain way, thinking about characters beyond
stats.
min-maxing and numbers,
Yeah.
find this game to be an enjoyable thing to explore. And I found that some people I've played with who come from that min-max, who come from that numbers only, I have to say, maybe even to say a little bit of a wargaming background, find this to be challenging in a way that maybe they're not. I mean, I'm not going to say that I've played this game with people who don't like it, because I don't think I've played this game with someone who's walked away and said, terrible. But
I can't imagine anyone not liking this. I'm not gonna
I've
lie.
played this game with people who are slightly disinterested, which is affecting in a way.
I could see that. Yeah.
It's like showing someone your favorite movie that they love and they're just constantly checking their phone during it. Like,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Like, part of getting into the game is you gotta give it your time. Like,
yeah,
absolutely.
You gotta listen to everyone else. Like, and yeah.
I think what I found the most interesting as a person with this game is that I didn't know I was capable of coming up with shit like that on the fly.
You are. Most people, a lot of people are. And part of that is because the questions are great.
Even
They're
after
so excellent.
Yeah, even after years now of D&Ding and like being a character in this like really, story, like this actual story that we're telling, that I have had to come up with stuff on the fly, but like also Nate is so good at giving us, cues or helping us build ourselves, it never seemed like a lot of work. But this, like, I felt it was actually like making me have to think like on the spot, coming up with this story, and the four of us working together doing it, like
Just giving you
influencing each
practice.
other's stories. Like,
Yeah.
hey, Justin.
Hello, Justin.
Hey.
I didn't want to interrupt and just
It's okay. We're decompressing because it's
Yeah,
a
we're
very
kind of-
intense game, and it's fun, but it's really intense. It is.
Everyone
Yeah.
in the chat that is a member of Novi that isn't playing right now wants to play. So
Okay, so I originally I would have a lot of fun playing this game 10 different times in a row every single week.
I don't think I could do this twice.
No.
I know. I know.
I don't think I could.
no.
Yeah, this is totally like my
They were also
Damn.
mentioning like we should do this more often because this whole
Mhm.
day has been really fun.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know, just getting together and talking about our
Yep.
stuff and then playing some games and
I have a lot of one shots.
hanging out. Yeah, I saw the vampire thing. Hella interested in that. But I think we should do this like once a month. Like have like a Novi stream day where we
Yeah.
just hang out, play
Literally
games,
almost
and
always down to play this game.
chill
It-
with everyone.
It is very intense and serious, but
Yeah. I know Justin
it
was
was.
like,
Love it.
I want to play this really bad.
It was
Yeah.
incredible to watch, and I just wanted to dive right in there. And
I'm also extremely bad at selling games. So
No, like
I kind
think
of
it
sold
sells
this
itself.
as
That made me
we're
like-
doing collaborative world building and you can love a queen. And also it gets intense, guys, so please be careful.
Hey, man.
So apologies for not preparing. Hello.
Emily's in the house.
Hey-o.
No, what's actually funny is that like I think the fact that you undersold it made it better because if you had hyped this up more, I probably would have been expecting something different. But like because I literally went in knowing nothing, I had zero expectations and it fucking exceeded the shit out of it.
If I said this is a collaborative world building game where you create characters based on prompts that you draw from a deck.
I would have been like, shut up, nerd.
Yeah,
I
basically.
want to play a deck building game.
I just need to reply to someone in chat very quickly. Changeling the Lost, Werewolf the Rage, Wraith the Oblivion. I know a little bit about the World of Darkness because when I played in a Vampire the Masquerade stream, one of the people I played with, who I still consider a friend, is very, very into World of Darkness, and I learned a lot. So I know quite a lot about the Dark Universe.
Ooh.
That sounds kind of ominous.
I just the words vampire and masquerade next to each other just make me all giddy.
Mage the
That's a
Dreaming.
horrible word.
There's so many like stuff within the World of Darkness. I don't know if I could run it myself because I'm not interested enough in the material outside of Vampire. But yeah,
I get that.
it's a good world.
That's me trying to run something in a world that I can't actually make new things into. Yeah.
I didn't run
It's hard to do the research.
I didn't run Tomb of the Necromancer today because that's a pre-written adventure. I struggle massively with pre-written adventures. I have. Do you want to see the notebook I have for this game?
Yeah, I do.
For
I'm very
the-
interested.
One page. That's it.
I have a friend who does that.
Everything
who
else-
prepares a one shot with like
Everything
2
else is in here.
lines.
Hmm.
That's amazing.
You would cry at my docs.
No, it's different DMing styles because like I know what's going on in my worlds. I know like when I run my campaigns, I know what's going on. I'll have a calendar of events and maybe like 1 or 2 lines for each place that's going on. But aside from that, it's all in here.
See,
Your mind's
I,
valid.
And that's
I
why I
remember
struggle reading
things
from
when
books.
I write, which is why I take notes during games, even though I won't remember it. Like, I'm not going to reference these for the Queen notes on my legal pad after this, but it just helps me in the moment to solidify it a bit.
Yeah.
I think what's interesting about this as a player from standpoint, because I've never DM'd, but like playing D&D from a book and then like a pre-written book, like Curse of Strahd was my introduction, and then going immediately into a homebrewed world, I 100% will die on the hill that I prefer homebrewed every time.
That's not even necessarily fair because Nate homebrewed like at least
Strahd.
like 50% of Strahd, so
Yeah.
That's true. Because
Well, I
we
mostly follow the
forced
book.
him to, like, because we just weren't the type of players that were like gonna be locked in a cage. Like,
I like pre-written adventures because then I can take what I like and throw the rest away.
see, then technically what you're doing is you're homebrewing. So are you following the
Is it
actual like
possible to run one of those without home? Maybe someone else does that.
There is. I've had a lot of experience in that as a player. Yes, it definitely is.
Yeah, I mean,
One of my friends was talking about cutting his DM teeth on running Adventures League, and running the games straight through like weekly, and they're like in horror at the idea that monsters have like hit points.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I started DMing, we were doing. I mean, the first games that I DM'd were homebrew, but when I found the pre-written adventures, I was like, okay, this takes some mental energy off of this for me, and I can kind of like pizzazz it up as I see fit. Add double the monsters because I think that's better, and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
but
it's
I
just
mean,
preference, I guess. Like,
yeah.
at
I
the
mean,
end of the
obviously,
day.
I run a homebrew world now for Legends of Lanamora, so there's
Find
no
it's
going
about the
back
same
now.
work, actually.
it's
To
like
run
I think from a
um
casual perspective, I like the pre-written adventures.
it's like hands-on learning versus
Gosh.
textbook learning.
Casual D&D.
What's that? Sorry.
That's when you get people who only have one set of dice.
Very good.
Wait, I only
I
have one
have
set of dice.
I have 0 sets of dice.
Yeah, Justin doesn't even have. Actually, no, I lied. I have multiple sets of dice.
Get this guy some dice.
Dawson
He
just said
doesn't
it's
want
okay.
it. Justin
I would
is true to
accept
his
a solid
artificer.
gold D20 that's like this big, but other than that, I'm
Justin
not
is true
taking
to
They're
his
too
artificer, bones that he likes using technology. So he uses the app and only the app. It tracks.
Oh, do you have the app that has the Genesis dice? We'll talk about it later.
I don't. We just have literally it's just dice
Games I would
rolling
love
app.
I
to
currently
learn.
use Dice Calculator. It's a Microsoft app.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
You know,
I
you can
definitely
just
have
say
some third-party
that in
stuff that's
Google.
stealing all my passwords. Okay.
Nice. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you all for coming
Justin's
along.
like, we gotta go, guys.
I think
Well,
fun's
I
what
mean,
I'd call it. Yeah.
It was fun.
Cats and
We have to
Catacombs
have
for
another
the
stream
Queen.
day.
Yeah, we
And
got some
understand
Dilly and
you
Dally
can
in
do
there.
in Google.
Yeah,
Nathan
thanks
Friend
for
conversation.
literally texting me with like a minute or two's notice to be like, you and Emily gotta get on now. And then we just took over for like a whole ass hour.
Yeah.
And then I sat in the chair too long and then couldn't play the game that I wanted to play.
Sucks to be you. It was fun. And now
We can do it
London
again.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Emily was lighting up the chat though, so I feel like that
I was trying to be there even though I couldn't be here.
We just hit 11 hours, y'all.
Yeah, 11 hours
Yay.
and 3 minutes.
Now let's do it.
Wrap it
24
up,
hours.
Justin.
All
Wrap
right.
it up.
Thanks so
Come on,
much
boss.
for tuning in this week. Here's the Novi Studios
What are we?
live
It's not so
stream.
easy, is it?
Why you so
Tune
fucking
in
awkward,
next
bud?
month for maybe we'll be doing a monthly thing now. So this
I
is
hope so.
yeah, this is actually pretty awesome. So we'll be talking about doing that. As long as everyone's down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be.
Do we
Well,
have
business meeting.
Do we have some shout outs and some social medias we want to drop?
Oh, yeah, I guess we should do that, huh?
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
I'll always
So-
self-promote.
Novi. So you can find Novi Studios at novistudio.io online. We have we have currently the homepage with the Novi socials, and then a side page for Legends of Lanamora with about the four of us and our socials. But you can find me at JMH_Novi on Twitter or at Novi_Studios. Anybody else?
Nicole?
Okay. And you
Why
can
me?
find- Oh, okay. I was going to. City and Snow has a Twitter, so that's
Yes, go for it.
at City and Snow.
And I guess if you want to talk to me, you can find me on Twitter at Nicole the Nerdy. But I'll also respond to at Lanamorapod.
Did Justin do his actual one?
Yeah, he did. JMH_Novi.
Okay, I'm at Neurotic Good. I'm always after Justin. That's all I know.
I'm always after you. That's all I know.
That's
I'm
why
at-
it confused me because I'm always first. So I'm like, this is weird.
We need
Sorry,
an
Nicole.
outro Google Doc. Hold on, let me
I'm-
prepare one.
Yeah. I'm at _Squid Toaster. There we go.
And you can find me on Twitter at Layne the Order, and hopefully in the future at Star Harpy Studio.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like that. We had a bunch of other people on today. All of us are a part of the Novi family in various shows and contents. So check out all the other people that were in our stream today. I know Emily mentioned earlier we wanted to give a special shout out one more time to our marketing manager, Mike, currently getting the care he needs in the hospital after an incident, and we wish him nothing but a speedy recovery and all of the good healing vibes we can send out into the world for him. We love him. He's great. He's fam now. So like it
This
was
would not have been possible at all
Not at
without
all.
Michael, period. So
period.
if you, yeah, so don't forget to go and you can follow him. He's at yes, that M Gibson.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's all
We,
over our
uh,
socials, so you'll find
Yeah,
him
on
easily.
Twitter.
Yeah,
all
we
of our
tweeted him
socials,
out
and you
today
can-
a bunch.
Yeah, and we've tweeted him out and his story out today a few times. So if you want to go look at our timeline, you can go look at what's going on with Michael and give if you can and share if you can't. But we appreciate
Smash
it
that
because
retweet button.
Michael's amazing, and this today has been wonderful and awesome, and it's been awesome to, you know, welcome new people into the Novi family and kind of share what we've been doing. And I'm just so proud, y'all. I'm just so excited.
We're
I love
making
all of
something
you.
here.
That's it.
It's exciting.
Yeah,
We're
it's
doing it.
crazy. It's also
You're stuck with me now.
It's also like 8 a.m. in London or in like England right
6
now. or
a.m.
something.
here.
6 a.m.
Oh
Okay,
my
I wasn't sure if
God.
it was 8 or
I'm
6
gonna
hours.
throw up. Goodbye.
And it's also 1 a.m. in New York. So like
I used to work
11
nights. This is
or-
nothing for me. Like I go to bed in like 2 hours. It's fine.
I'm getting texts that it is not only past my bedtime, but past Vesno's bedtime as well.
And I'm like,
Aw.
it's 11 o'clock. I'm sleepy.
I work. I commute.
I have
I'm
such
on the
a
road
long
tomorrow.
commute 5 feet away from my bed right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Mine's
that's
literally
where
just on the other
really-
side of my desk.
that's
But
where
really
I'm
what I'm
diving.
gonna, yeah, well, really what I'm gonna
Doing
do
a
is I'm
swan
probably gonna
dive.
play more Dragon Age. Unfortunately,
Right? God.
Oh no, I want to sleep, Nicole, please.
you slept
listen,
just
listen.
fine last
Emily
night with
sleeps
the light
the
on.
TV on. Get a sleep mask. Just get a sleep mask.
Yes, get a sleep mask. I've
Doesn't matter.
literally changed my life getting like an eye mask while in bed.
Same.
Interesting. Okay. On that note,
Okay. Well, thank you again, everyone
Not
who
just
joined
cartoons.
in and everyone who was watching, everyone who lurked. Thanks again, Generic, for the raid earlier. Much love to all of you, and have a great rest of your day/January, and we'll see you in February at some point. Okay.
Yeah.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's be legends. 1,
Let's-
2, 3.
Let's
be
be
Bye.
legends. Yeah, that tracks.